Once upon a time, in a quiet village, tucked between rolling hills, there lived a little girl named Lila. She had soft brown hair that curled around her cheeks and eyes the color of a cloudy autumn sky. Lila lived with her grandmother in a small wooden cottage at the edge of the forest, a place that smelled like pine and warm bread. Lila's days were filled with simple joys, helping her grandmother tend the garden, picking wildflowers, and watching the river sparkle in the sunlight. But at night, when the world grew still and shadows stretched across the walls, Lila often felt a quiet ache in her chest. She missed her parents, who had passed away when she was very young. Her grandmother tried to comfort her, wrapping her in blankets and telling her stories, but sometimes the sadness felt too big to hold. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills, Lila wandered into the forest. The air smelled of damp leaves and earth, and the gentle rustle of the trees whispered like old friends. She found a small, injured bird lying among the roots of an old oak. Its wing was bent, and it shivered in the chilly twilight. "Don't be afraid," Lila whispered softly, scooping the tiny bird into her hands. She carried it home, wrapping it gently in a piece of cloth, and tended to it as best as she could. Day by day, the bird grew stronger, and slowly, a fragile trust blossomed between them. Lila named him Ember, for the tiny spark of life that refused to fade. Even as Ember healed, Lila noticed something in herself changing. She still felt the ache of loss, but caring for Ember gave her a quiet courage she had never known. She learned that love could bloom even in sadness, that small acts of kindness could create light in the darkest corners. One morning, Ember's wing was strong enough to carry him back into the sky. Lila watched him soar, her heart heavy yet filled with hope. "Fly free," she whispered, tears tracing soft paths down her cheeks. "Be happy." As Ember disappeared into the clouds, Lila realized that life would always hold moments of pain, but also of tenderness. And even when someone or something had to leave, the love they shared would remain, quietly warming her heart. That night, as Lila lay under her blanket, she pressed her hand to her chest and felt the steady beat of her heart. It reminded her that though sadness might return, so too could the gentle light of hope, waiting quietly for her in the world. And with that thought, Lila drifted into a dream, soft and peaceful, carrying Ember's spark in her heart.